I feel that the Libertarian Party, with its sensible combination of fiscal conservatism and social liberalism, represents the best and brightest future for the United States of America. Our country is currently plagued with economic recession, discriminatory laws, and an unnecessary war, and the Libertarian Party would best be able to address and remedy these issues. The Libertarians would help the economy in several ways. Firstly, Libertarians support a constitutional amendment that would force the government to adopt and follow a balanced budget, which must be balanced only by decreasing spending rather than increasing taxation. According to the Wall Street Journal, the projected federal deficit for 2012 is $1.1 trillion, leaving a massive debt that my generation and future generations will struggle to pay off. If trends continue as they have, and particularly if Democrats remain in power, this debt problem is likely to worsen. However, a libertarian government would encourage drastic cuts in spending, causing the debt to recede and eventually reach zero. Another way libertarians would improve the financial situation of American citizens is through their Fair Tax Initiative. This program abolishes income tax, payroll tax, and the Internal Revenue Service, and instead poses a flat tax of 23% on the purchase of goods and services. This radical method has several benefits. Firstly, taxes would be evenly dispersed for the first time. Right now, according to the tax in Washington, 46% of tax filers pay no federal income tax, while those in certain tax brackets pay more than their fair share. Thus, the fair tax is an alternative highly preferable to the current system. Secondly, people could now keep their entire paychecks and use their own discretion on which goods to buy. By spending wisely, they would pay lower taxes than people who choose to buy outside their means, and thus each person would be personally responsible for their own tax burden. Thirdly, this would eliminate the possibility of tax evasion, a growing problem that currently costs each taxpayer about $2,500 each year. Fourthly and finally, by eliminating payroll tax, the cost of labor will be greatly decreased, and companies will be able to hire more workers. This promotes job creation and also makes the U.S. a more appealing choice for foreign businesses seeking relocation. These changes under the Fair Tax Initiative support free trade capitalism, for, as the Libertarian Manifesto says, a free and competitive market allocates resources in the most efficient manner. Moving on to social issues, our country is currently denying rights to at least 4 million citizens on discriminatory grounds. I'm talking about the lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender, or LGBT, population. The Libertarian Party strongly feels that sexual orientation or gender identity should have no impact on laws concerning marriage, adoption, child custody, or immigration, all of which currently discriminate against the LGBT community. By mandating equality, the Libertarian Party would take the final step in the civil rights movement by allowing every American citizen to enjoy full rights under the law. This would not only benefit the aforementioned 4 million people, but also help the entire nation by encouraging tolerance and equality in future generations. Finally, the Libertarian Party wants to cut military spending and feels that the United States should stop trying to be policeman for the world. Throughout our history, we have frequently become entangled in foreign conflicts that have ended hundreds and thousands of American lives. Today, things are no different. According to the Washington Post, 6,375 American soldiers have died in Operation Iraqi Freedom and Operation Enduring Freedom. These wars were declared in the name of fighting terrorism and encouraging democracy, yet it is not our duty to sacrifice American lives while promoting our ideals in places where our actions are unappreciated, our soldiers brutally tortured, and our country condemned. American soldiers are still deployed in Afghanistan, but the Libertarians would bring our men and women safely home and ensure that we stop policing other nations and focus on our own domestic problems. Overall, the Libertarian Party could create an America that will attain financial stability, social progress, and freedom from military conflict, thus giving our future generations the best opportunity to live freely, successfully, and happily.